Hey everybody, my rooster's also saying hello. I just wanted to come and speak and do a little astro update. January really is jam-packed with all kinds of astrological movement and tension and beauty and all of it basically. But I'm feeling really called. I usually listen to my intuition and like what I feel most called to speak about. So I will try my best to make this simple because there is a lot to talk about. But the first thing I just wanted to mention, like right now we have Mercury and Saturn together, and that can feel really heavy, really depressing, really hard. Saturn brings like a dose of reality. And 2021 was really colored by Saturn in a lot of ways. Actually, since 2020, we've been really in the Saturn energy. Which Saturn is reality. He's the planet that knows how to get from A to B, and that you have to take steps up the mountain to get to your goals. So if your thoughts especially have felt down or heavy or restricted, or like you're beating yourself up with a lot of shoulds, or you're just really in like what you should be doing or the responsibility of things, and it feels intense, that's probably why. So it's twofold. In one way, listen to your inner voice about what actually is important, what needs to be looked at, what does need your attention when it comes to like where you need to take responsibility. And also, this is temporary, and it's intense, and you can quiet the shoulds. You don't have to listen to that kind of energy. You don't have to let it take over. This energy it's actually gonna be around for a little bit because Mercury is moving retrograde, and that starts on January 14th. So we're already in the Mercury energy where he's slowing down. So if you are seeing like glitches, or you have some miscommunications, or you can't quite like if you don't feel like your mind is as quick as usual, that this is why. Whenever a planet moves from one direction to the other, it's like a big thing. It's like a big energy slowing down, and we feel that planet's energy deeply. So multiple things. Right now we're feeling Mercury's energy, and he is retrograde from January 14th until February 4th. He moves from 10 degrees of Aquarius all the way back to 24 degrees of Capricorn. So look to see where from 24 degrees Capricorn to 10 degrees of Aquarius is in your chart. This is where Mercury is asking you to review, revisit. Something about this part of your chart is in need of revisitation. Definitely look to the house, and if you have questions on how to do that, send me a message. Look to the house, see where this is showing up in your life. The house is the where. Mercury is, when he moves retrograde, he's our technology, he's our information, he's how we communicate, it's the mind. So when it's moving retrograde, it means it's slowing down, and we're being asked to revisit, redo something about our lives that we thought we were past, but we're not quite there yet. Like there's still something back there that needs to be visited. It also means, of course, like most people know, technology can get glitchy. You can have miscommunications. You can just get a little cloudy with your mind, not really understand how you need to move forward on a project. So if you can allow yourself to really lean into the cycle of Mercury instead of fighting it, slow down, go back, reflect, journal, like do things where you are consciously slowing down versus like trying to push forward. The thing about this one is we have the Saturn thing in the mix, which I was speaking about, which brings that dose of reality and responsibility. This retrograde is in Aquarius, which is the sign of the collective, of our future, of our goals, of our friends, of our community. It's also really, Aquarian energy is really innovative, so we could revisit something about the collective. And with Saturn being there, it means that we've been restricted in the collective. We can't travel as much, we can't quite see our friends, we can't quite see our community. This is Saturn in Aquarius energy, And Saturn is also asking, you know, what is your responsibility? What's your individual role in this? What do you fight for? How do you set yourself free? What do you want the future to look like for humanity? This is what we will be reviewing. I wouldn't be surprised if there was more restrictions, more mandates, more of that Saturn restricted kind of energy that happens during this period of time, or we end up reviewing where we've been since 2020 and something shifts in February. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. The other thing is Mercury is meeting up with Pluto at the end of his cycle. And Pluto is all about, you know, transformation, power, rebirth, death, that whole cycle of life, death, rebirth, that whole cycle. So we actually have a full moon on the 17th of January coming up too, which I will write a post about that one, but that has very, very intense Pluto energy. So we're kind of, you know, 2020 was colored a lot by Saturn and Pluto, and we're kind of in the, like, let's revisit what happened to us. And we're still kind of in the Pluto-Saturn energy, which is uncomfortable. Pluto wants us to surrender, and Pluto wants secrets to come to the surface, shadows to come to the surface. He wants us to remember our entire soul's lineage of how many lifetimes we've had. This stuff is intense. So be gentle on yourself, as I always say. If you can surrender a bit into this energy and slow yourself down, that would be a good way to deal with it. The other thing too that I wanted to mention is that Uranus is stationing, and we're going to start feeling that pretty much today or tomorrow. And he actually stations direct on the 18th. So we have Mercury's energy right now really alive, which is the mind and the way we speak and learn and technology. And Uranus is our higher mind. It's what truth is. Uranus is the rebellious liberator. And he's like the lightning bolt that comes in and he brings chaos, sometimes unexpected, earthquake kind of energy where we get shooken up, and then after the fact we realize, oh, I actually really needed to be shooken up because now I'm free, I'm liberated. So that being said, not only is it going to be really intense, transformative full moon coming up on the 17th, but also with this Uranian energy coming in, expect the unexpected. It might feel, it's just like, I keep getting this vision of like short circuiting, like with the electricity and like our mind are like kind of jumbled. If you're feeling a little bit crazy or unsettled or anxious or confused, just like know it's temporary, and also just like allow yourself maybe to do something different. Uranus is spontaneous. He doesn't want you to do the same routine every single day. He wants you to like listen to your inner voice on the inside and ask, like, what is actually truth for me? What is, if I could really dream my dream of what I want in my life, what would it actually be? And can you kind of cut the cord and do something spontaneous, do something different? Uranus is a planet of change. Okay, so we have Mercury moving retrograde from January 14th to February 4th. We still have Venus retrograde asking us, what do you value? How do you love? What do you want in your life? Are you allowed to indulge in certain things? That's still happening. We have a full moon on the 17th. And then we have Uranus moving direct, moving forward, it means. So he's been kind of like back in behind the scenes in the psyche, and now he will be in the collective, in the external world. When you're retrograde, you're more internal. And when you're direct, you're more external. So Mercury is moving internal with Venus, going inward, slowing down, revisiting. Uranus is going to shake us up and start to bring change to the external world. And Pluto is asking to surrender the whole thing and, ask where, again, I'll do a whole post on this full moon because it's a really potent one and I really want to write about it with the Pluto energy, but we're really ultimately being asked to look within to our own inner authority. Instead of looking externally for someone to save us, for someone to make our decisions for us, for someone to make a new structure for us, we are being asked to go within to create our own internal structures that are more authentic to our soul. No big deal. It's kind of intense. And obviously we are in a period of time in the cycle that we're living in that is intense, and all the structures are crumbling, and we're being asked to dream a new dream. And 2022 is all about, can we dream a new dream? Can we make our dreams a reality? And other things about like secrets coming to the surface and asking who has the power. And I'm going to do a separate video actually about 2022's energy, just when it comes to the nodal shift. Then the nodes really tell us a lot about like where the collective is leaving and where we're heading into. And I spoke a little bit about this in my 2022 video, but I'm feeling super called to go deeper. My Patreon is open. I am so excited to have everyone that's already signed up. On Thursday, actually, we will be discussing Jupiter's movement in your chart and Venus retrograde in your chart. So where does this show up for you? Where are you expanding? Where is your abundance? What kind of energy is he bringing to you personally? And that's what we're diving into this Thursday. And then we have a Q&A session, and we also have a mini reading session where I'll be reading people's charts that are on the Zoom call with me. So I'm super excited. You can sign up for that. It's $33.33 a month. The link is in my bio or on my website, and you can sign up there. So if it's something you're interested in or have questions about, please let me know. Otherwise, I hope you're gentle on yourself. May you be well, may you be safe, may you be protected.